Hi everyone, welcome to our next Advent page from the Agotapop Christmas Countdown. We have a sort of starry sky, I suppose, today. I am actually going to start on the background with this one first because I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to make it quite dark, but I think it'll work. So I'm going to use black and dark indigo. Oops. And what's the other colour? Delft blue. Is that the Delft blue? No, hang on a minute. There we go. I'm going to use those three, okay, to make quite a dark background. I think I'll start with the Delft blue and do a little layer all over and then bring in those darker colours. Now, I'm going to try to avoid colouring over the little bits and pieces in the background, but I'm not sure I'm going to achieve that too well, so we'll see how it goes. I've grabbed my glitter pens and my metallics today. I'm not too sure what I'm going to do with the star. I've got a few plans, a few ideas, but I don't know which one to go with. It's better than having no idea, isn't it? But there we go. It is Monday morning here, doing this today. The children have gone off to uni. I've got them on Discord in case they need to message me from the train. Husband is getting himself ready to leave for the office, and I've got the house to myself for the day. My plan was always to have Mondays off this term, or semester as they call it at the uni, but that has not happened at all. I don't think I've had any days off at all, because I mean sort of days off doing recording. Although it's fun and I enjoy it, I feel like I benefit sometimes from having a bit of a break, even though I don't feel like I need it. When I come back, I tend to be a bit better, I suppose. And, you know, I have more to say because I've done a bit more sort of in my life, you know, that sort of thing. There's a little tiny one there. But it's, what I found is that I haven't been able to take Mondays off or have a day to myself. See, I used to like having a day to myself when I could do whatever I liked, go for a walk, meet friends, all that sort of thing. It was really nice. But I can't now because the children seem to need supervision when they're working to help them concentrate, and so I'm doing that when they're home and not able to do my own things on those days. I can barely go out, let alone make videos and things like that very well. I'm going to sneeze. I can try and hold it in. I don't know how to do that though. We'll see what happens. So it's been a bit tricky to sort of actually fit in all the video making, which is why in October I was only doing one a day. But in November, because Johanna's book came out, I was just too excited. So anyway, I'm managing just about, but it's tricky, and I just, you know, I like making the videos. It's good fun, and you know, it's nice sharing with you and things like that, but it's been tricky to get it all balanced. So we're going to use our dark indigo now as a sort of transition between the dark and light colours. So yeah, so I tend to, the boy that concentrates the least is home on his own on a Tuesday, so I tend to try and use Tuesdays for trying to really get him concentrating on his work, because there's no distraction, because I don't distract him. I in fact do the opposite. I keep prodding, poking and nagging. So Tuesdays, and then Wednesdays they're both home, and so I have to try and make sure they don't distract each other. Thursdays I have the other boy home on his own, and he's a bit less distracted, but he's got some close deadlines, so yeah, tricky. and then a Friday they're both home in the morning, and I try and get them doing something, and then they're both out in the afternoon, and that is my other opportunity to have a bit of time on my own. But it tends to be, my days tend to get very full, and I don't like that. I like being chilled and not having much to do, but isn't how things have been at the moment. It's looking a bit messy, so I'm going to go back to my Delft blue, go all over the whole thing and try and tidy it all up and see what I can do. It may end up meaning that it doesn't, the black doesn't look as black and things like that, but we'll just see how it looks at the end. Just want to try and cover up the white paper, make it look sort of neat, that sort of thing. Smush the colours together. Oh, it's a very loud train horn. What's time? I don't know if that's my son's train. No, I don't think so. I think he gets the 8:22 and it's 8:35. So if it is his train, he's a bit late, but it wasn't running late before. He usually tells me if it's late because he'll message me moaning, train's late. Anyway, that wouldn't give him enough time. He has a 20-minute walk at the other end after a sort of 10 to 15-minute journey. There we go. Getting there with this background. Now we want something really bright. Now I was contemplating doing like bright colours for the tail of the star rather than just using yellows and things, which is what we tend to do for stars, or sort of gold or silver. I thought we could do something a bit different, but I'm not sure. If you wish, I mean, a really nice bright way of doing it would just be to use a metallic pen for all the stars, and they would really show up. I am going to colour them with pencil. I bought my metallics and my glitter pens through, but my plan wasn't to do the whole thing with those, but to just sort of do a few highlights here and there. So hopefully I can sort of do it with pencil and make it stand out enough, because at the moment particularly some of these little ones aren't really standing out. May need to do those in pen. Right, I'm just going to look in my camera because it's a bit easier for me to see where needs doing. It's worth persevering a little bit. You don't have to go spend hours and hours, but because we've only got a little bit of background to do, it doesn't take too long to work out where my little shape is there. Really hard to see. Hopefully you can't see my hair in the camera, as my head is very close to the page. I know my old setup I used to be able to put my head under the camera, but this one is a little bit trickier to do that, which is a good thing, as you don't want my head blocking. Right. Oh, let's have a little look. I think I feel we've lost our black corners a little bit. Let's go back in. The thing with polys is that they need a few layers. It's just the nature of the beast, as it were. It's an advantage in some ways because you can layer up and colour and make different colours, which is nice, but it does mean it can take a little bit of time to get a nice sort of thick layer. But for me, I think that's worth it. And I'm going to go back in again with the indigo, dark indigo as well. See, the thing with a darker colour is that it shows up the white paper underneath a lot more than a light colour would. So it often needs a few more layers. But we are going to put some white dots in this sky like stars, so that should help to draw the eye away from the little gaps. It's a bit up here. It is good to sort of sit back and look from a distance sometimes. You see a bit more. Okay. I feel like it just needs a bit of smoothing. I'm going to use a blending pencil. This is a colourless Prismacolor. Just here. Don't know how much difference you can see. Sometimes using this is a bit easier than to keep layering up the colour. And it's particularly good when you're using a really expensive pencil. Rather than keep on putting pencil down, you can just use a blender. It depends how expensive your blender is. Sometimes they're about the same price as a pencil. I think that's better. Right, now let's start on this star. I'm thinking we can have, yeah, let's do a sort of orangey outside. So I'm going to use the dark chrome yellow on this one. On the outside, it's quite orangey. You could have done it with a sort of gold look. I think we'll do that one with a gold look. We'll do them differently. And the tail. Should we do it the same? I think we might go around. Yeah, I had thought about doing it like a rainbow, and then I thought actually that's not how they look. And maybe it doesn't matter how they're supposed to look, but I thought it might look a little bit odd. So we'll do the same colour. So there's the dark chrome yellow, and we're just going to jump down progressively through the different colours. So this is the dark cadmium yellow. Excuse me. And we'll just go over the chrome yellow and just bring that colour in a little bit more. It's quite hard to see now that there was even a different colour there. Yellow's always tricky. Oops, there we go. And then we have the chrome yellow. No, cadmium yellow. Cadmium yellow, 107. Sorry. Bring it in more. Now it's quite nice to have a little bit of white shine, but not as much as we've got there. So I'm going to use the light chrome yellow just to bring in that colour a little bit more. And just leave the smallest sort of glow, white glow in the middle. Same on these, just try and bring it together with just the tiniest slither of white glow. Like that. Yeah, just checking in the camera. Now we'll do this star, and we'll do it in a more gold colour. So I'm going to use the green gold for the edge. It's going to be tricky because it's small. We'll probably only have room for 2, maybe 3, probably 2. That's the green gold. I think I will use the dark Naples ochre. Excuse me. Bring that in a bit. Again, we want a bit of a white glow. Now these are a bit small. I fancy doing those in a sort of silver glitter, so I think I'm gonna do that. Yeah. Right, finishing touches. Firstly, let's get some glitter pens. Okay, I've got a gold glitter pen first. These are my Gellyroll, Sakura. This is number 703, which is a gold glitter pen, and I'm going to go around the edge of this one in the gold and here. Take your time when you do this. I'm doing it rather quickly. And around here, because it's not easy to draw around a star shape. There we go. Now these I want silver, but I feel that I want to extend them slightly with some white first. So I'm going to use the Gellyroll 10 to draw in, oops, that bit like that. This teeny tiny one here. And then I will put some glitter on in a minute once that's dry. I'm going to put lots more sort of dots, stars. If you put them in little clusters, who was it that said if you put them in clusters they look more like stars? If you separate them out they look more like snow. I think it also depends on the context. Here it's going to look like stars anyway because it's a starry sky. I think adding a few more on there just makes it look a bit more magical. And yes, we need a little bit of silver glitter. I haven't left my white very long to dry. This is number 744 in the Sakura Gellyroll. I'm just going to do it in the middle. I think we just about left it enough time to dry. And if I tip it up, you can see the shine. Maybe, but it's just a little bit. But there is our shooting star. So that was fun. Didn't take too long. I thought this background might take longer, but you know, that's done. So tomorrow's is going to be a bit more complex. Got a lot going on. A lot of little bits and pieces. Going to be interesting. So anyway, thank you very much for watching. I hope you have a really super day and happy colouring.